What's up? This is part 2 of the 7 signs of trauma bonding. So we're going to finish this up, talking and reading more about it, so you can know how to identify it, so you can avoid it at all costs, possibly save yourself from the trauma bonded relationship you may be currently in. The struggle is real. I got rid of my trauma bonds that I brought with me from childhood, and I was able to rebuild healthier relationships with certain people, and then I haven't had any relationship with some other family members, but I'll see them at social or family gatherings, no doubt. So it is what it is, you know. Now we were on number 4. So the 5th sign of trauma bonding is loss of self. I so went through that one. That one hurt. Right in the center. That one hurt. The loss of self happens when an individual settles for anything just to keep the peace at the expense of their self-confidence and sense of self. When one tries to push back against the destructive behavior of their abuser, the situation gets worse. Yeah, it did. It's so trifling. Every time I think about it, it just kind of gets me frustrated. But excuse me, it's allergy season for me, so you might hear a sniff here, sniff there. Forgive me. But that one, it hit different. Woo, it hit different. So, victims often stay in their abusive relationships out of fear of physical or financial harm if they choose to leave. And that acceptance of abuse is a solution to solving issues that caused them. Lots of challenges. That is so what I did. Of course, I was mindlessly doing it, but whether you're mindful or mindless, doesn't matter. You're doing damage to yourself, sticking around and tolerating it. Pardon me. And yes, I used a filter that matches this terrible topic. Yeah, I had a couple bruises on my face throughout my life. Some I got from discipline, from, making foolish mistakes or decisions as a child. I just had a certain form of discipline, like some of us have. I won't go there. Let's move to the next one. Number 6, trust and dependency. Well, that got everything but my picture next to it. You understand? This is called accountability. I'm leading with it in hopes that it helps other people learn to take accountability in their life. Stop running from things that you know might be your fault. Even if you were ignorant to the fact, completely unaware, we still can do harm in that type of state. Don't kid yourself. I'm living proof of that one. So trust and dependency, this stage involves winning over an abusee's trust. So funky. To try and manipulate them into being dependent on their abuser for validation and attention. This was me. I was the oldest of my siblings, but I often leaned on them to validate me if I was right in anything. Because my abuser trained me to lie to my mom about certain things I seen younger. And he never caught back up with me and taught me that I was wrong for what I did. You wasn't supposed to see this. You wasn't supposed to see that. You wasn't supposed to be touched by this woman. You wasn't, there was no correction to what I was exposed to. So in my mind, I was being looked after or parented or whatever. And that wasn't the case. So my skewed perception took a very horrible injury there. So I had to learn the hard way. And a lot of my family members looked down on me because of my confusing behavior, because of that early confusing exposure I got. It's always a start. Don't you start with yourself, and as you unpack it, you'll see where the influencers kick in. But have them tell the story. We know how that go, don't we? It is so crazy. So this dependency bond develops as a result of the prior display of love and affection that only serve to reinforce the power that the perpetrator has over the victim when it comes to trust and dependency. Number 7, the last sign is resigning to control. Resigning to control transpires when an open discussion does not work anymore and only ends with the abuser creating a litany of complaints meant to shift blame onto the victim. So that is so happened to me. Oh my God. This gets frustrating and exhausting over time. Yes, it does. Yeah. So victims compromise to resolve conflict by giving into their abuser. Yes, I did multiple times. And she started to come between my relationship, even though she didn't even realize in certain aspects. But I think I was the one that didn't realize. She knew more what she was doing than I did. I'm just being honest. I was definitely missing it. Big time. So in 2020, it was a paper published in the Social Sciences Journal of MPDI psychologists. This psychologist, Anna Isabel, she states that victims may deter from leaving an abusive relationship because they believe that a partner's abuse behavior is temporary and that it is possible to restore peace in the relationship. In this situation, the victim may convince themselves into thinking that their partner will change. That was me. I would always look to the positive side often, even when my gut was like, it's not going to get no better. But I was, like I said, I didn't know that my gut was actually speaking to me. I just thought that I was scared. That's how I diagnosed a lot of things without the knowledge, you know? So it is so important to fuel yourself with knowledge, because what you think your abuser going to tell you? No, they don't want you to know. They want you to stay ignorant and dependent on them, because more than likely they have some way they're showing up that's dysfunctional, or that they struggle to become more successful than they might want to be. Or it could be vice versa. They could be really successful but not truly happy on the inside. Most narcissists are. There's a lot of narcissistic people in positions of authority and power, but that they don't have, it's never enough. You know what I'm saying? So that manipulation of people and stuff tends to get them off, give them that hit of dopamine, that pleasure chemical hit. They feeling good now. You know, you gotta understand how the game work, or you fall victim to it. And you can say what you want, but we all get to a point and place in our life where we question what our reality is based on how we feel. Could be a trigger, could be stagnant, no growth. I mean, everybody around you is growing and you like, why I'm standing still? Question it. Question everything. Don't stay comfortable in your life. Question it. Everything. And then you can start getting some real work done then. So acknowledging that you are being subject to poor treatment and manipulation can help you get your start in breaking a trauma bond. Recognizing the abuse may open a person's mind to develop an awareness of the abusive situation, and that no one deserves to be in such a dangerous position. So get help. If you have a relationship you in and it's constantly got you feeling like you questioning yourself, you're not sure, you constantly feel under panic or anxious, or that's not normal. So don't just be in a relationship because you're scared to be lonely or have abandonment issues. Face yourself. Face your fears. You can do better. Believe in yourself. I'm living proof of that.